Welcome back. So now you've seen the filter joke being used in both ways, but actually I'm not looking for filtering the jokes in this lesson. I'm actually looking for finding one specific joke. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the filter function where you actually go and find only one specific item. Let's do even better, because what we can do is also call another function called find. Now this is going to only return a single joke, the one we want to find. So notice I don't have to now validate and find out if there's actually a list. I want to get the first position. No, I know that if there is a joke, this is the one I just found. So I'll call this joke found now instead of jokes, all jokes with ID, right? So this is another function you can use if you know you're looking for a very specific item in an array, and that's what we're doing right here. We want to find one joke with a specific ID. So, but you can still use the filter if you need to kind of narrow down, for instance, all with the first name of Joe or something like that. You can use the filter still to find all Joes, right? But that's not what we wanted this time. Let me just remove this again to just kind of clean it up so we can keep working with this. Now, when we actually found a joke, which we expect to do, of course, because we are updating, right? When we find a joke, what we want to do is we want to do an if statement. We just want to say if they actually found a joke, so if this guy's here, right? Just like we did earlier inside the TypeScript files, or sorry, inside the HTML, if there is actually a joke available, that's fine. Then we want to do something with it. So what do we want to do? Well, we want to change the jokes found's values so the punchline and the setup should actually be the same as the one we send in from the outside. So let's just say joke.punchline right here. That should be equal to the joke we're sending in's punchline. There we go. And then we're saying the joke found's setup right here should be equal to jokes from the outside's setup. There we go. Do we need to kind of convert the ID as well? Well, of course we shouldn't have to, because that's already set. So this line right here, I'll just remove it again, but that's not necessary because I already used the ID to find the very specific joke. So hopefully that is the joke that I have right here. So there's no reason to actually set the ID of the joke found, because that is the same as the one we're getting from the outside. So let's just remove that. There we go. So now we have the joke and we've actually updated it. Next step, let's save this to the database. The all jokes have changed now because we just changed the joke found. So let's just save this back to the database. And we pretty much just do that like we did last lesson with our delete. What we're going to do is we're going to say this set jokes. We're going to pass in all the jokes. And of course you have to remember these jokes are now actually it's been modified for this single joke right here. So we're going to pass those in, and then we're going to subscribe. We're going to just do like we did last time. We're not going to use the return or the reply for anything. We just want to kind of get the information back. And then what we're going to do is when we get that information back, then we want to call the next keyword, right? So then we'll call the observable.next like this. Next. Help me out, man. Oh, come on. Come on, are you kidding me? There we go. And what we're going to pass in here is actually going to be the joke we just found. There we go. Now the last thing we want to do here is the observable again, and then just call the complete to explain that we are actually done. Complete. There we go. So that's all we had to do. Now hopefully we've actually updated the joke. Right here we're finding the joke using the find instead of the filter to get the specific joke, not a list of all the jokes with that name or with that ID, because I know there's only one, or else there's something wrong with my database. We're going to find that joke. We're going to say if there is a joke, then remember to change the punchline and the setup with the stuff you sent from the outside right here with this joke. So whatever I put in the new joke, it's going to update it in here, and then save all the jokes again. And then when you're done saving them, just call the next guy listening and we're done, right? So let's see if this is actually running now. Back to our jokes. Going to click the list, going to select this one. I'm going to write tomato and write awesome stuffy. Update. It says tomato awesome stuffy, so something is updated, but what is it actually working in here as well? It says tomato and it says awesome stuffy. Woohoo! We just made the update work. See you next time. Have more fun.